Well, that sucked.
Happy Tuesday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils Show, coming to you live from Studio K, presented by Circle K. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading that Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply in participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. I am Anthony Totri, joined as always by the one, the only meme maker himself, that is Erik. We got Captain Redbeard behind the back, making all of the magic happen. Guys, it is time to meet us on Mill for the first time of the college basketball season. Arizona State barely beaten Idaho State 55-48.
Cut the music.
Yeah, I can't get thrilled. I can't get hyped. I can't get overly excited about what that was.
All right, here are the positives. Jayden Quaintance had like 15 blocks in ASU 1. Other than that, this is maybe the worst basketball game I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, that was awful. That was a terrible basketball game.
Welcome to watching Arizona State
I've been
basketball.
here, bro. That's how low the bar is. Like, Leah says it right in the chat. Least hype win music intro of all time. There's zero reason to get hype about this win. They should have won this game by 40.
Yeah.
They should have won by 40. Like, this was borderline unacceptable. Mm-hmm. Like, sure, there are a couple reasons as to why this happened that maybe could fix themselves, but like ASU was what, 17.5-point favorite?
17.5-point favorite.
17.5-point favorite. The over-under was like 144.5.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here? I'm sorry, I get it. Oh, a bunch of transfers and freshmen, and you got to get the chemistry and all that. But dude, there was no identity. And I talked to Dave about this. I talked to you about this. Like, the one thing that I'm looking for more than a win was an identity. Shane, bro, he says it wasn't that bad. Settle down. Dude, they almost lost to Idaho State. They got outscored in the second half.
Okay. They didn't. I wouldn't say they almost lost.
It was like a 3-point game.
I mean, after Arizona State battled back after being down 16-14 and then didn't really like.
No, they didn't trail. They didn't trail after that, but they never pulled away.
Yeah, they had a 10-point lead at one point,
and they never pulled away.
I'm with you. This is not a good.
I'm sorry. It's not over. There's still so much more. They can get so much better. But if we were talking about just tonight and just tonight only,
it wasn't good.
That was the borderline unacceptable.
What about it was the worst part for you?
For me, it is the lack of an identity. And that is why this game was so close towards the end, because they didn't just have like, hey, let's go to this. Oh, what have we been practicing? No, Sean Phillips was standing in the paint. Nobody passing the ball. Like, nobody was getting set up for good shots. They were just chucking. Like, yeah, there was good ball movement in the first half, and they missed open shots, and that's fixable for sure. But you beat a team like Idaho State because you have an identity, and I don't see an identity in this team. And I'm not saying like you go in and they play like a well-oiled machine, right? They play like they're Duke. No, I'm not saying that, but like I need something. And Williams says they gave up 18 offensive rebounds. 18 offensive rebounds.
They did give up a lot of offensive rebounds
to a team that did not have anybody on that team that should be grabbing that many
that looked
rebounds.
Like they were high schoolers.
No, you didn't get any shots for your 5-star center, any easy shots for your 5-star center, right? He played incredible defense, and I'll give him credit with that.
2 quick fouls early.
Dude, as Shane says, you expect a baby to have an identity at 6 months. I'm not saying fully developed. And
there are teams out there though that have an identity that are made up of transfers.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not to do the cross sport comparison thing, and I know I'm going all doomsday here. Like, I'll talk about some positives.
You fully slammed the button.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is welcome to basketball, Erik. Okay,
he's a scarier version watching these games,
dude. I'm a different animal when it comes to like basketball. Like, it means more to me.
It does. He was yelling at the TV earlier.
Yeah.
Arizona State was up like 11 and he was still yelling at TV like, that's not good enough.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't good enough.
Damon tried to leave. Erik was backpedaling, 2 hands, slammed the floor.
Yeah. No, so to Shane's comment, you expect a baby to have an identity at 6 months. I don't expect them to be a finished product, but an unfinished product should beat Idaho State at home by 15 points. Not even covered.
At least.
You need to win by, you should have won this game by 15 points. We spent all offseason, and I'll get off my soapbox in a second. I'm sorry.
No, you do what you got to do.
We spent all of this offseason talking about what an incredible freshman class Bobby Hurley has, all the incredible transfer talent. Shane, you broke down a lot of this transfer talent. We were excited. We were excited about this team possibly competing in the Big 12. And if that is what you're going to get on a nightly basis, you are cooked in the Big 12. So you better hope. You better hope that this is not who this team is. And I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying that this is it. But like, based off of one game and one game only, not good.
No, I agree. It's not good. I think we are leaning far, far to the extreme of this being, this is awful. Like, because there are still things that you could take away from this game that I think are promising.
Hit me. Cheer me up.
I mean, Jayden Quaintance had, 7 blocks tonight? I don't know. Have you ever seen Arizona State freshman have a defensive performance the way that he did?
He could shape up to be a generational defender for sure.
And he didn't have a ton of offensive moments, if any, but when you needed him at the stripe, he came through with 2 clutch free throws at one point in the game, late in the game. And then Sanon as well. Sanon we'll get into a little bit later in the show, but I was pretty pleased with what I saw from him. Alston Mason as well. Now, offensively, that's probably the limit, right, of guys that you're like consistently I can point to, and you've got a bucket. Overall, though, this team, like you said earlier, the ball movement was there, the shots were there, the athleticism is very clearly there, but it still feels like you're putting together a 100-piece puzzle and you're about 45 pieces in.
And that's the identity part of it, right? Again, you should not be a complete product right now. I 100% expected them to come into this game a little janky.
Yeah.
Right? But not like this. Again, good teams, even when they don't have their full identity established, even when they don't have, chemistry together, teams that are like, this is a talented team. That's a talented roster.
It is. Far more talented than Idaho State.
I mean, not even close. Like, athleticism-wise, talent-wise, experience-wise, not even close.
Coaching-wise, in theory. In theory.
Your identity is what? Your leading scorer, returner, Adam Miller, played 26 minutes and took 2 shots. He hit one of them.
He was just kind of there.
Didn't really do anything. BJ Freeman was 1 of 5 from 3. Like, Jayden Quaintance was 0 of 6 from the field. He had 2 points, 2 big free throws. That's awesome. This game shouldn't have come down to Jayden Quaintance clutch time free throws.
Yeah.
And if I'm being doomsday right now, fine. Because it's going to be even better if they turn it around. Yeah. I liked what I saw from Alston Mason. I really did. But he can't be your second leading scorer at 11 points.
No, it's not
against Idaho State.
Dom in the chat shouldn't be janky after the performance we had at Cameron.
That's what I'm saying, right? You had your, hey, let's wake up game. And even though it didn't count, what do we say? Oh, well, you go out of this and you say, we need to be on the same page. We need to be better. And I'm not going to sit up here and say, fire Bobby Hurley. But what I am saying is, this is the year for Bobby Hurley to really prove who he is as a coach.
I agree.
There are no excuses, in my opinion.
No, you did this with Koa Pete, Kenny Dillingham, Graham Rossini in the stands, right? And all of these individuals coming on to watch a new Arizona State basketball season, the rebirth of this program into a new conference, a new league that is the premier college basketball league. And you just, you played a flat game from start to finish.
Yeah.
You looked bad offensively. Defensively, you had your moments, but even defensively, you weren't necessarily crashing the glass the way you need to. 18 offensive rebounds for a much, much tinier Idaho State team. You get into a game against some of this Big 12 competition, Arizona, Iowa State, Houston. Like some of these teams, Houston and Iowa State, that play just ferocious defense from the jump. Arizona State, if they're like this offensively, they're scoring less than 30 points a game.
This team didn't score 60 points against Idaho State.
No, you have to get it together. But where do you get this together? Like, where do you feel like this team directionally needs to go? Because the big concern, right, is that they don't have an identity. Based off of what you saw tonight and what you saw in the charity game against Duke, where can this identity be?
It's very simple. Basketball basics. Pick and rolls. If you're gonna have Sean Phillips and Jayden Quaintance out there on the floor, you need to involve them offensively. You need to get them easy shots at the rim. Yeah. And I actually really liked the ball movement tonight, especially in the first half. There were a lot of good passes and open looks. Those will fall eventually. So if you could establish a paint presence, I like Alston Mason's passing. And so having Alston handle the ball, get Quaintance and Phillips involved with just a simple pick and roll, right? Put pressure on the interior and open up your shooters. Open up a BJ Freeman. Open up an Amir Ali. Open up an Adam Miller. Open up a Bashir Jihad. Like, open up a Sanon as well. I thought Sanon had a decent game.
Yeah.
But that, like, you are banking so much into what Jayden Quaintance is. And yeah, Jayden will grow into his game. I'm sure Jayden will get better as the season goes on. The dude was born after the original iPhone was released, guys.
Yeah.
He was born a month after the first iPhone was released to the public. I'm not out on Jayden Quaintance. I'm not out on individual talent with this team. But I had the question exiting last season, which was, can Bobby Hurley successfully coach a really good basketball team? And this entire offseason, I convinced myself. I took myself away from the opinion of no, which is where I was at. And I said, look at what he's doing in the modern NIL. Look at what he's doing when he's putting his resources in. A reinvigorated Bobby Hurley in the Big 12 might be exactly what he needs. And the book's not written. I'm not out here saying that I'm out on Bobby Hurley. But what I'm saying is it is put up or it is shut up time. And I'm not talking about wins. I'm talking about how you play. Sure, 1-0 is 1-0, and that's great. But 1-0 beating Idaho State by 25 to 20 points, making a statement at home, versus squeaking a 7-point win away from Idaho State, who spent the entire game either leading at the beginning or on your butt.
Yeah.
That, like, there are big differences in that, and that comes down to who are you as a unit? Who are you as a group? Because that type of stuff overcomes your 0 of 6 from Jayden Quaintance, your 0 of 7 from Bashir Jihad. Your Adam Miller taking 2 shots. That type of stuff doesn't matter as much if you're playing cohesively. And this was not a team that was playing cohesively at all.
Not even close.
No.
And this is a team in Arizona State that you're going to find out pretty quick what this group is made out of before you even get into conference play. Because this is Idaho State. The schedule gets harder and harder and harder for the next few weeks. You've got Gonzaga on the road on Sunday.
Yeah,
that's going to be a tough one. And then your game on November 14th, next Thursday, you've got Grand Canyon at the Footprint Center. Then December 14th, you got a ranked Florida team. Like, there are a lot of really, really good teams that Arizona State is going to see in non-con. Kevo did say it, though. 1-0 is 1-0.
You know who that is, right?
No, I don't know. Is that Kevin?
That's Kevin.
That's Kevin?
Yeah, that's Kevin.
Holy, wow, I didn't know that.
You know what I also appreciate? Welcome all the U of A fans that's been avoiding all of our content since ASU is 6-2 in football. Welcome back. Appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like button. This is a game, like, this is supposed to be a game where you make a statement. You get that type of momentum. Think about I'm going to keep drawing back to football because that's my happy place right now.
That's my happy place.
Okay. Mr. Freak Zone.
You're basketball guy.
Not in a happy place.
Basketball boy, Ruby.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. When you played an inferior opponent in Wyoming, with a team full of transfers, you went out there and you dominated. You made a statement. You set the scene for what you saw the rest of the season. I promise you, if ASU struggled to beat a bad Wyoming team and barely pulled it out at home, they would not be 6-2 on the season so far.
Yeah.
There's a certain type of confidence. These types of things rub off on a team, and especially basketball, which is so chemistry related. There are 5 players on the court. That is like the chemistry and basketball go hand in hand. And how do you build chemistry? You play good basketball. You play together. You dominate the teams you're supposed to dominate. This can be a morale hit. And 1-0 is 1-0, but there's 0 people walking back in that locker room satisfied with what happened tonight.
No, I agree with you, but I don't know if, again, you have to kind of figure out where their morale was and mentally where they were at after that Duke game. Like, I know Duke was what it was.
But if this is the team that's going to get their butt kicked one night and then go back in and pack it up after an exhibition game, then I'm out.
I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm saying that maybe they're still licking their wounds from their 50-something point loss to that team. And I'm not
Was that
trying to
2
use
weeks
that
ago?
I'm not saying that as an excuse, but this is how they open the season, right? This is a team that you'd expect to get better and better and better as the season goes on.
Yes.
Look, we're going to, I know you're fired up. You're juiced. He's ready to go.
Listen.
He's ready to go,
Okay,
guys.
I'll just set the scene here, okay? I love basketball, and I was very excited about this team. We spent a lot of time in this offseason before football season started.
Yeah.
Talking about how exciting this team was.
Could be.
No, we were confident. Like, let's not like rewrite history. We said, yeah, maybe at the best they can compete in the Big 12. But we were confident that this was going to be a good team. A great team? Not sure. We had to see it. But we're like, oh, this is going to be a good team. My expectations were higher than this. They disappointed compared to my expectations, right? And they did so in a way that has me worried, in a way that it's almost the opposite. I was excited to go into Big 12 play. Mm-hmm. And now they have to earn that back.
Well, I don't know who told you about that, because that was not me. I was not excited.
I'm not saying that they were going to dominate the Big 12, but like, I was excited to see, they can compete. Maybe. They can compete. And
maybe they still can.
No, the team that played, maybe. But the team that played tonight can't.
No, you're right. You're right. The team that played tonight. But tonight is tonight. Tomorrow's a new day, right? You don't throw out the same team that you saw week 1, week 8. It's just not the way that the cookie crumbles, and that's for Arizona State. I think they're going to be fine. I think, again, tonight is night 1. It's a season debut. Sometimes don't go your way. Tonight, it didn't go Arizona State's way, and they still got the dub. I think that is one way that you could look at it. Look, we are going to break down the numbers of this game, but we are going to do it on the other side of this break.
Deep breaths, everybody.
Deep breaths, Erik.
Sanderson Ford's awesome. It's the only thing that can put a smile on my face right now. And it is not just because they have the largest facility in Arizona as far as, not just Arizona, in the nation, in 65 acres. It's not just because they sell more Fords than anyone in the nation. It's not just because they're America's most awarded Ford dealership for customer satisfaction. It's because they are family owned and operated in the state of Arizona through 3 generations. And not only that, they want to give you such great deals, including the Black Friday sales that are everywhere, but they have one coming up this entire month. You can get a 2024 F-150 truck with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus up to $4,000 cash back with similar savings on over 900 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot. So don't miss the Sanderson Ford Black Friday thank you sale. Disclaimer, OIC through Ford credit up to $4,000 cash back requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle. Offer expires on November 30th.
I love it. I also love going to sporting events, basketball games, football games, hockey games. All the games.
Yes.
You know where you're getting tickets to these games?
Oh, I know, but you can still tell me.
It's Game Time. Guys, they've got a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands and thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks curation makes it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and so much more. If you are an Arizona State Sun Devil and you are looking to get tickets to that Arizona State home football game against UCF, make sure you download the Game Time app. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account and redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game time.
Captain Redbeard in the back. Absolutely love it. Again, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Please and thank you.
I think me and Bobby Hurley are on the same wavelength right now, because our friend Jordan Ham just tweeted out that Bobby's addressing the media, and he said that he's frustrated with how the team came out at halftime. They can't be a Jekyll and Hyde team. That's the thing, is that you went to half up, right, playing good defense against an inferior team, and you came back out and it didn't feel like you had a game plan to put this one away. Mm-hmm. This is one of those games that at halftime, a little bit closer than maybe what you expected. You're supposed to be, blowing this team out. You're playing good defense. We just need a little bit better on offense. You go to the drawing board and you put together a game plan of how we're going to do this. Go down, dominate down low, get some easy looks for Sean Phillips, get some easy looks for Jayden Quaintance, then spread the floor out and maybe hit some of these open shots that you were missing before. No, they came out at half and Idaho State had the game plan.
Yeah.
Idaho State knew what they were doing.
But did they? What was that game plan? Like they didn't play well. Like let's stop talking like Idaho State played well compared to Arizona State.
That's even worse.
Like,
That's even worse.
Arizona State just played bad.
Okay, then that's even worse.
Yeah,
do you not see how that's worse?
No. I see what you're saying, but like, let's not be like, oh, Idaho State had a game plan coming out of half because
their game plan was to muck it up, grab offensive rebounds, and make the game ugly.
It didn't work,
and it worked, and they didn't have a counter for it.
They didn't need to. They kept missing. Like, I'm with you.
I'm not satisfied when my team beats Idaho State because Idaho State can't hit open shots.
I'm not saying that I'm satisfied with that. I'm saying I'm not as angry as you are.
I'm just in a bad mood today. I'm sorry. I'll be better tomorrow, but right now is venting time.
Look, let's go ahead and get to By the Numbers, presented by Desert Financial Credit Union, Arizona's #1 credit union, named by Forbes. Erik, make sure you keep this in mind. The only number that matters is that final score.
I'm closing my ears for this
55-48 in favor of the Devils. The leading scorers, Alston Mason with 14, Griffin for Idaho State with 12. Check out the way these two teams shot from the floor tonight. Arizona State, 36%. The Bengals, 25%. Chucked it up 67 times, only hitting 17 3-point percentages for both these teams. 29% for ASU, 14%, 4 of 28 for the Bengals. Arizona State with 5 more turnovers, 14-9.
Keep that up.
Of the Devils.
Everybody look at this. You know why I'm angry?
Because they shot 67 shots and only made 17, and you only won this game by 7.
Yeah. Idaho State shot 25% from the field, 14% from 3. And ASU won this game at home by 3 possessions.
Yeah, I mean, this was a bad basketball game. I mean, let's do an exercise here, okay, that I think is going to help you. We are going to sit here and we're going to come up with 5 ways to say that this was a bad basketball game. Okay?
5 ways to say
5 different ways to say that
like
this was just
details or just like
bad
synonyms?
Game. No, just synonyms. Bad game.
It sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I need full sentences.
An awful performance to see with my eyes.
Okay.
Gut-wrenching to my soul.
2.
Debilitating to my confidence in this team.
Okay. Debilitating to my confidence. Wow.
Disappointing to the max.
To the max.
I mean, I'm just,
Jeez, okay.
I'm leaning into it a little bit.
Yeah, one more.
That really sucked.
That really stank. Yeah.
Okay, let's do a different exercise.
Okay.
Let me flip the script here.
You do that.
This is like the movie where you're like, what? The bad guy turned out to be the good guy?
Oh, are you the good guy here?
Yeah. No,
I'm the bad guy?
I'm the I was the bad guy. Now I'm about to flip it and be the good guy.
Okay, so I'm going to be the bad guy.
Let's talk 5 positives from this game.
5 positives from this game.
You first.
Alston Mason looked good.
Okay.
Alston Mason looked like a real point guard.
Okay.
I don't
disagree.
I was very, very happy with what I saw, both offensively and defensively.
I don't disagree with that. Jayden Quaintance has incredible defensive instincts. Even when his offense isn't there, he will be an impact player, even if it's not a 5-star impact player. He will be an impact player on this team on a nightly basis simply because of his defensive instincts and his size. There's 2.
Sean Phillips looks like he can be a presence down low, but you got to feed him the ball. You have to feed him the ball.
I plead the 5th.
You disagree.
I plead the 5th. I'm not saying anything. This is the positive segment. Sanon. I think Sanon's gonna have a game where he is hot, like on fire.
Yeah,
hot.
I agreed.
And that is exciting. He's gonna be a good scorer. We'll see if he can get a well-rounded game, but he just kind of has that it about him when it comes to putting the ball in the hoop. Last one on you.
Cole Pete was there.
I don't think that. I'll be honest with you. Don't think that was a good thing.
No. You missed the good part. He was there with Kenny Dillingham.
Get him to play football. Kenny the entire time was just like, this is part of the process. Go on. Sorry, that was terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. You really disagree with the Sean Phillips one, huh? You don't like that? No, tell me. I want your honest truth here. What don't you like about Sean Phillips? Why are you out on him?
I'm not out on Sean Phillips. I'm out on the idea that you run things through Sean Phillips.
I'm not saying you run things through him. I think you run things through Alston Mason and Sanon until everybody else figures out how to play basketball.
The thing with Sean Phillips is he's always had the athletic ability to make an impact as a vertical spacer.
Yeah, he's like me.
That put me in a worse mood.
That puts you in a
worse mood? You know
what's
crazy is that Quaintance couldn't score on dudes who were like your size.
No, they were smaller than me.
Yeah, it was tough. That's tough.
Those guys are, yeah.
No, but like the thing with Sean Phillips is I need to see him do this consistently.
It's game one.
I know that. I'm not saying he had a bad game. I need to see him consistently have an impact for me to be in on Sean Phillips.
Let's see.
Respectfully. Oh, you have like 8 points?
I'm going to check for you. He had 8 points.
Dang, I nailed that. 8 points,
7 boards.
That's a good game. That's a good game.
I'm taking that game every night.
Yeah, if he goes 8-7 against the Big 12, yeah, I'm taking that every single night. Well, but this was, again, Idaho State. Right?
Yeah.
Who's tallest player on Idaho State's team?
I don't know.
There's the white dude with the weird jump shot. He was pretty tall.
They were all white dudes with weird jump shots. It's Idaho State, dude. Come on now.
I mean, the fact that this team grabbed 8 offensive rebounds, and I think it was like 13 or 14.
Who grabbed 8?
This team, ASU.
Yeah, I was going to say, they grabbed way more.
And Idaho State, I think, was
18.
Was it 18?
I think so. Let's see. Offensive rebounds. 16.
Yeah, that's insane. Insane. 12 second chance points, 16 offensive rebounds. That's an effort thing.
Yeah, they wanted it more. That's what we were saying against Duke, too. That's what we were saying against Duke.
That's the problem, right? How are you not giving the energy and effort in game one at home?
I don't know.
That's not a continuity thing. Caden says, like I said, we lost to Texas Southern 2 years ago and made the tournament. I'm not saying the season's over. I'm just in a bad mood. But there are certain things.
What do you say, Captain Redbeard?
No, the season's not over, but
no,
it's not as promising as we might have hoped.
I mean, this guy is just
level-headed.
Yeah.
Level-headed as always.
Calm as a cucumber.
There's a reason why he's here to balance me out.
Yeah. I mean, he's the captain.
You know what it is? I'm not used to losing anymore. And
yeah,
I know ASU won. But like winning like this to me is basically a loss. Like John
Look how far we've come.
Yeah, look at us. John Rothstein tweeted Bobby effing Hurley.
Yeah.
Don't agree. I
don't agree.
You can't. Not after this game. Not after this game. He didn't earn a BFH. He didn't. Not this game.
Okay.
He can. He can. I'm not out on Bobby. But what I'm saying is,
and that sounds like something that somebody who's out on Bobby would say.
What I'm saying
is,
the
way you're saying it sounds like you're out.
I'm looking. I am noticing.
I'm just glad I don't have to be that guy. You could be that guy.
Oh, you'll be that guy eventually.
Guys, we're going to continue talking about Arizona State and Idaho State. Just an absolute sweaty contest.
It's a good way to put it.
But we're going to do it on the other side of this break. I love our friends over at Circle K.
Yeah.
You know why?
They put me in a good mood.
They put you in a good mood.
I need to go to Circle K tonight. I need to change the vibes.
Circle K has all of the snacks. Okay? Sunday night comes around. I was hungry and I was tired. Okay? Grab my CBD from Circle K. And then from there, I was like, do I want a salty snack? Do I want a sweet snack? Savory? Spicy? Just get one of everything from Circle K, guys. They're trying to help you save money with their free membership program, Inner Circle. All you got to do, enter your email and phone number to be fully enrolled. After that, all you need is your phone number to start getting deals like saving 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. And then you can save 3 cents per gallon every single day after that. Enjoy your member-exclusive beverage deal. Inner Circle members like you can get any size Polar Pop or Froster for just 79 cents. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details.
You see these things I got on my face right now? They block the pain from my eyes.
Shady Rays.
And that is yet another reason why you need to get Shady Rays. Because when you're not too happy and you don't want people looking in your soul, Shady Rays, well, they have you covered. And they have 300,000 people. You can't see my soul. You can't do it because Shady Rays polarized frames with crystal clear optics. They are the perfect choice for all outdoor and indoor adventures if you like to wear them while podcasting like the ASU crew does. Plus, over 300,000 people have rated this independent sunglasses company 5 stars. They rated a Jayden Quaintance, but it performs more consistently than that. I know, it's too
dude.
great. I'm going to give him time. He's 17. I'm giving him time. I'm giving him time. But now is your time to purchase Shady Rays, because if they ever go missing or take an unprecedented hit, an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have a lost and broken replacement guarantee. Plus, they can also have you return that worry-free within 30 days. And for our listeners right now, PHNX is giving 35% off polarized Shady Ray sunglasses. Use code PHNX at ShadyRays.com and try the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. BC in the chat says they won 24-21 versus Southern Utah, talking about ASU football, and it was obvious it'd be a bad year.
Yeah, this feels like that.
It's not not the fact that they won by 7. I know that it feels like that's where I'm coming from.
It is
but
where
it's
you're
not.
coming from.
No, it's not. Because here's the thing. If Idaho State played out of their mind and I saw better things from ASU and I saw the effort and I saw an identity, an offensive game plan, if I saw these things I was looking for and the shots just weren't falling and Idaho State was playing out of their mind, like that's just college basketball. That's how this thing works. That's why March Madness is so great, because any given day, anybody can walk in and upset your team. Right, Arizona? So that's not why I'm mad. That's not why I'm upset.
Okay.
I'm upset because of the effort. I'm upset because they didn't feel prepared. And I'm upset because I really, 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 really want the Bobby Hurley experience to work. And I'm not saying it won't, but what I'm saying is if they play like this, it's not. And we can't say what they're going to play like until we see more of them throughout the season. The book's not closed. But through 2 games so far,
We just opened
an
the book.
exhibition against Duke, and your home opener against Idaho State, 2 opposite ends of talent. You gave the same amount of effort, and it was poor. And that's not okay.
Yeah.
My expectation is do good in the Big 12. Don't win it. Make the tournament.
You're not winning the Big 12.
My expectation is make the tournament. That is my expectation for this team this year.
I agree.
And there's 0 chance they do that playing like this. So I'm going to be upset about it until I see them fix that. I'm going to hold them accountable until I see them fix that.
I think you're entitled to that feeling. I
am.
I think this team is talented.
I agree.
I think this team is athletic.
I agree.
I think this team has the makeup to be a really talented basketball team in any conference.
Agreed.
Tonight, they looked like they were on vacation.
I want them to shut me up.
Yeah.
I'm saying this hoping and praying that they fix it and that I look stupid. Like, I want to be clipped right now and said, look how dumb this guy is for freaking out after Idaho State. Do it. If they turn around and they just rip through the season and they make the tournament, dude, I want to be the biggest dummy in the world. Like, I want to be an idiot. I want to be wrong. I want to be overreacting and inflammatory right now. I really want that to be true. But this isn't year 1 of Bobby Hurley. This isn't year 1 of having talent on a roster.
Yeah.
There are problems that have persisted throughout multiple generations of teams here at ASU under this regime. And the thing about Bobby Hurley is he recruited his ass off this summer. He really put in the work. He tried hard, and he did such a good job. I need this to work for him. I need this to work for us.
I would love it to work for us. I would love it to work for us. And look, again, I know we're just beating the drum on this team played bad. Offensively, they weren't there. It's Idaho State, like energy, effort, etc. There were moments and there were some players that did have a good game. Let's go ahead. Let's get to bottle service. It's got to be the other freshman tonight. I know you could argue Alston Mason at point guard, but I'm taking Joson Sanon. 11 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. You said it earlier. He looks like he has the potential to be an offensive powerhouse for Arizona State for, at the very least, this season. He's a spot-up shooter, can create his own shot, got a very, very pure shot in and of itself. I think when he starts to build some consistency, he can be a really, really scary piece to this team.
He is an exciting player.
Yeah.
And he will have some exciting games. I think he's going to have a green light. They're going to let him launch. I think he can do it in a lot of different ways. I am excited about Joson Sanon. I really am. I just think the best way you're going to maximize him is to like draw plays and have consistent like offensive sets.
We haven't seen that.
I know.
For years.
I know.
For years.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
As long as I've been conscious, they haven't run plays.
Here's the thing. The thing about that and about it happening for the last decade,
10 years,
is that you can change that You're in control of
Yeah,
that.
but I'm not in control.
No,
of this.
not you.
We watch it.
I wish if you were in control, I'd be screaming at you right now.
We yell at the TV the same way every year. The same problems are the same problems every year.
And I came into this year thinking, maybe. And you know what? Still maybe.
Still maybe.
But like sometimes they say that the best players don't make the best coaches, because when a coach can make up for with a great player is you have to think out how you get to the end. For some of these great players, like Bobby Hurley's of the world, or like even like Tom Brady, right? These players who at their level in their sport dominated unlike most players that have ever played that game. It's really hard for them to go into coaching because a lot of the times what's coming to them is natural. And Bobby naturally is one of the best point guards that college basketball has ever seen. He dissects the game. He runs it. He commands the court. He knows all of that. And for some reason, that guy is not prone to orchestrating and drawing up plays to have a structured offense. And while that doesn't make sense, it makes sense because to Bobby Hurley, it's natural. To the guys that he recruits, it's not. You have to put a system around them in order for them to succeed. And I'm not going to wait for 5 to 10 games to start getting mad about there not being a system. You had the offseason. You had your training camp. You had time. How do you leave the Utah game last year, recruit your ass off this entire summer, and not feel like you tweaked the one thing that was going to hold you back, which is not having an offensive game plan? And I hope I'm overreacting. I hope that this is just jitters. I hope that this is just getting it together with transfers. I do. But until that proves itself, I tend to believe the other side of it, which is, are these players being put in the best position to succeed? I don't know if they are. I'm not going to say no definitively, but I'm certainly not leaning towards yes right now.
Yeah. I think these are all fair comments to make based off of this team only winning by 7 points. I think Bobby Hurley would be the first coach to tell you, hey, we didn't play well tonight, and we are going to have a long season if we don't figure out how to change our offensive rhythm and just create some sort of chemistry. Because as it stands right now, it looks like a bad science project between these guys on the floor. It's similar things you saw with Arizona State against Duke, the energy, the effort. It looks like a team that doesn't necessarily want to be out there. And in a game where you are bigger, stronger, faster, better on your home court than the opponent, you should be licking your chops, getting ready to go out there and dominate this team on your home floor.
I have another quote. This is coming via devilsdigest.com. It says, quote, "It wasn't pretty. It wasn't inspiring. Very frustrated by how we started off the second half. I describe it like an AAU game. It had no meaning to it. The last thing you think you'd have to worry about is guys being motivated." Quote, Coach Bobby Hurley.
But that's what you want. I want, you want to see your coach say those types of things after a game like this. You don't want a Brent Brennan level of
it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. The sky is all rainbows and butterflies.
I do agree with you. That is, you want Bobby calling them out. My question is, why weren't they ready to play this game? Why weren't they motivated? Because it's not always on the players to do that. I get it.
No, you're right.
You know what, man? Like offensive rebounds, like effort, when you're out on the court, like you have to be better as a player.
Yeah, that's not on the coach.
I haven't seen enough on these players, and I haven't seen them play together. The only thing that I know for certain about ASU basketball is 10 years of Bobby Hurley.
Who's more maddening, Brent Brennan or Bobby Hurley in the chat?
It has to be Brennan.
Brennan for sure.
It has to be Brennan.
Because at least Bobby can recruit.
And at least Bobby has had some success. Brent Brennan took the only successful football program that Arizona's had in
I'm telling you, he's
forever,
going back to San Jose State.
And he ran it into the ground so fast that they were talking about basketball by week 4. Like that, Brent Brennan has single-handedly.
They won 10 games last year. They're not going to go bowling this year.
Yeah, Brent Brennan has single-handedly ruined Arizona's football program. Bobby Hurley is maybe limiting the ceiling of ASU men's basketball.
I don't even know though, because I'm not going to get into this conversation. We've had this same stupid conversation
go back to the
so many times.
We did 6 months ago on this.
Crazy.
But I'm glad that they acknowledge it. If any of them are listening to this, I hope they hate me.
The players?
Coaches, players. I don't think they will, but if they are, I hope
You don't
they
think
go
they'll
to
hate you, or you don't think they'll listen?
I hope they go into bed. I hope they go to bed hating me. I hope they go to bed thinking about that dude's stupid. That dude's an idiot. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm going to prove him wrong. Like, I really hope so.
They really hate you.
I hope I get it. I hope I get a DM from Jayden Quaintance saying, "Bro, you're dumb."
Yeah.
Like, I hope Bobby Hurley calls me. Like, what are you talking about? Like, care that this was a 7-point win. Care that you got out hustled by players who should not be out hustling you. Care. Show up in this next game and care.
Yeah, you got Santa Clara.
Yeah, you go out and dominate Santa Clara,
In
and
Vegas.
I will change my tune.
I think
I'll
it's in
change my
Vegas.
tune. That's the thing. One game in, I can be swayed. This is not, everything I'm saying right now is not definitive takes that are truth. This is reaction to a game. Give me another game, I'll react to that. Blow the doors off Santa Clara, we're in business. Somewhat compete with Gonzaga, okay, I'm listening to you, right? Like, I'm
So
here.
what if you beat the brakes off Santa Clara and then get whopped by...
It's fine. It's
Gonzaga?
fine. They're the number 6 team in the country. They beat the crap out of Baylor. It's fine.
What was the final in that game?
I don't even know. It was like a 30-point win.
Was
Let's
it
see.
really?
101-63.
Oh, wow, they killed
Yeah, it was
Baylor.
really bad. Shout out VJ Edgecombe putting Mark Few's son on a poster. But, okay, you get smacked by Gonzaga. Fine. Again, it's more about the process. What do you show in that game? Do you compete? Do you hustle? Or are you just playing a better
you
team?
need the energy. You need the energy.
Are you just playing a better team? Or are you not playing well? Those are two separate things. Beat Grand Canyon. Do not lose to Grand
You
Canyon.
need to beat Grand Canyon.
Then beat St. Thomas and go in 4-1 to take on Cal Poly. Be 5-1 after that. Then you play New Mexico, San Diego. Avenge yourself against San Diego. New Mexico.
I forgot
we'll
they
see.
lost to that high school team last year.
Like, there's a path here for me to completely change my tune.
Yeah, and it's pretty simple. Go out there and play basketball, and go out there and want to play basketball.
Yeah, but like, well.
No, this team played like absolute crap tonight.
That's what I'm saying. Play basketball.
No,
well.
but they played like crap, won, and didn't look like they wanted to be there. Imagine what they'd look like if they looked like they wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Like if they showed up with the intent and the effort of like, oh my goodness, I get the opportunity to go play college basketball right now against a team that I should put up 20 and 10 against this team. Everybody on Arizona State should have dominated in some facet. Everybody tonight, with the matchup that they were presented with against the Bengals, had the opportunity to be bottle service tonight.
Every single time somebody was matched up one-on-one against an Idaho State defender, they had the advantage.
And there were only 2 players tonight that you could argue, again, offensively were even worth watching. That is Joson Sanon, who we talked about, and then, of course, Alston Mason.
I give BJ Freeman a little bit of love. A little bit
I
of love.
didn't love what I saw
I
from
know.
BJ.
I test with BJ was not fantastic, but in 22 minutes, he was the leading scorer on the team. He had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, only 2 turnovers, but
He had 12 points. BJ had 12 points. Alston Mason was the leading scorer.
No, I see 14 points for BJ Freeman. Hold up. On Stat Broadcast, I see 14 points. Let me refresh.
For BJ Freeman?
For BJ Freeman.
12 points.
Okay, they changed it. Okay, 12 points.
I have
Sorry.
12.
They changed it.
Tony's right.
Give a little love for BJ Freeman. Shot 4-9 from the field. He was 1 of 5 from 3. That was tough. 75% from the line. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. I believe
JJB hates
steals and blocks.
hates my comment.
Yeah. JJ not happy.
Didn't
JJ,
love.
I'm shocked that you're joining us this late.
Yeah, I know.
But I was fine with BJ Freeman. I thought Amir Ali had a couple of good moments. I mean, I know that he only had 3 points, but I thought that he played okay. I need way more from Adam Miller. Like, the way that y'all got on me about talking about Adam Miller coming off the bench, you should have expected the second coming of Jesus Christ out there on the court.
Okay,
like,
calm down.
Like, dude,
down.
y'all were
He
talking like he was
20
going to score 20 points per game.
He's got potential to score. He took
But
2 shots tonight.
This is the type of game that I need Adam Miller to go in and just settle it all
I
down.
can't make him take shots.
I'm not talking about you fixing it. I'm talking about him
So talk
fixing
to
it.
him.
Adam,
Yelling at me.
do what you were
'cause
put
he
on this
took
earth
2
to
shots.
do. Do what you were put on this earth to do, and that's shoot the dang ball.
Who else do you need to get on your soapbox about? I wanted to talk good things about Alston Mason, but we can talk bad things about other people, I
it's fine.
guess.
Let's talk. I'm really excited about Alston Mason. I was super excited when he transferred. Watching his tape, was exciting. He's
Played
a
the
very
most
exciting
minutes of
player.
anybody tonight for
And he should
Arizona
have.
State.
He should have. He definitely should have.
There was a point where I turned to you and I said, Alston Mason and Joson Sanon, one of them needs to be on the court at all times the rest of the season.
Sure, and I think there's definitely a way that they can do that. I really liked what I saw out of Alston. I think he's going to be able to get a little bit more comfortable. I'm slightly worried about his size and his frame when it comes to Big 12 play.
Yeah, some of those lengthier Big 12 guards
Because,
could be a little
again,
bit of a problem.
You scored 14 points, but like a lot of the people guarding Alston Mason were, closer to Alston Mason size than they're going to be going forward.
And only 4 points in the second half.
Yeah. There's nobody on this team that I'm completely satisfied. It's more like grading on a curve. And grading on a curve, Alston Mason, Joson Sanon,
We don't
and
do
BJ
it. We don't
Freeman.
grade on curves.
Oh, if I am, those are the three I'm fine with. If we're not grading on a curve, then everybody has to.
Okay, green card.
Alston Mason needs
No,
more than
we
one
don't even need
assist.
the grade. We'll just do it like you're in like elementary school again. You got the green cards, or you
Okay.
got your
Yeah, I know
popsicle
what you're
stick.
saying.
The green wave, the yellow wave, the red wave.
Okay, green, Alston
Sanon?
Mason, Joson Sanon. I'm going to put BJ in this.
Wow, I'm not putting BJ there.
You put BJ
I
yellow?
put BJ
Top
top,
of yellow?
of yellow.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go top of yellow for BJ. Right. I mean, you scored double digits, second leading scorer on this game. I'd put him green, but it's fine. In yellow,
I'm also putting Sean Phillips.
Sean Phillips
and
in
Amir Ali.
yellow.
Because think of what Amir Ali is going to be for this team.
I'm
much
more,
further
I'm
does
more
he have to go?
inclined, I'm more inclined to put Quaintance in yellow.
Really?
Yes.
Mm.
Quaintance was clearly the best player on one side of the floor tonight. You cannot say that about Amir
No.
Ali.
I agree. But I am arguing Amir in that category based off of where you expect
We're
Amir
grading
Ali
them
to
based
be.
off of their roles.
Yes, I expect Jayden Quaintance to be far better offensively than 2 points tonight. Didn't make a field goal.
Then we
Got two
are
free
then we
throws.
are grading on a curve.
It's just the wave system, man.
You can't change up on me like that. I am more inclined, if we're just ranking off of today, I would take Quaintance and I would put him in second on the yellow just because he was significantly dominant on the defensive side of the ball as a 17-year-old. And I get it, it's Idaho State, but he was really the only player tonight that at certain moments you're like, that's what you're supposed to do against Idaho State competition. Offensively, he's not even remotely close to where he needs to be. You cannot go 0-6 against this team. You can't. Because what are you going to do against Baylor? What are you going to do against Houston? What are you going to do against Iowa State? What are you going to do against Kansas? Right? You can't be 0-6 against Idaho State. But clearly dominant on one end of the floor, which is, I don't think there's any other player who was as dominant on one end of the floor as Jayden Quaintance was on defense tonight.
No, you're right. You're right.
And not only did Jayden Quaintance have like that type of impact, and he had 6 blocks and 2 steals. That's 8 stocks. He played 19 minutes.
Jeez.
Yeah, he had 6 blocks, 2 steals.
It's because he had
And
those
it's-
fouls early.
Yeah. Only 1 rebound, not great.
3 turnovers as well.
Yeah. Not great. That's why he's not in green. And again, we're kind of grading on a curve, but I would take Quaintance. We can have BJ Freeman, I think Jayden Quaintance, Amir Ali in yellow. Bashir was 0-7. He's red. 0 points from him. Adam Miller, red.
He was 0 of 7.
Austin Nunez, red. Yeah.
A lot of red.
3? We're at 2, 3, and 3.
Room
Right?
to grow.
Yeah. Oh, plenty.
Look, you want to get to aftertaste and
I don't know.
Closing
if I want to
time?
get to aftertaste.
well, you think about it, and we'll talk about it on the other side of this break. Look, tonight was less than a good time. It was less than a good time watching Arizona State basketball. Don't take my word for it. Take Erik's word for it. For the last 40 minutes, he's been telling you how bad this game was. But for the next 60 seconds, I'm going to tell you how good of a time you can have over at Chicken and Pickle, guys. They've got an indoor-outdoor entertainment complex that includes a casual, chef-driven restaurant and sports bar that boasts pickleball courts, a variety of yard games, and enough space to kick back with you, your family, your favorite people at all times. And the weather is changing. It is finally starting to get nice outside. Go hang out at Chicken and Pickle. Enjoy the drinks, enjoy the pickleball, enjoy the vibes, and enjoy the weather over at Chicken and Pickle, guys. Doesn't matter if you're a pro or a newbie at pickleball, they're going to make sure that the competition suits you perfectly. Head to chickenandpickle.com. That is chickenandpickle.com to see all the fun you guys can have at their Glendale location.
It's very clear that if ASU basketball continues to play like this, it's going to be a rugged road through the Big 12. But Rugged Road doesn't always have to be a bad thing, because our friends over at, you guessed it, Rugged Road have by far and away the best heavy-duty cooler you could ever have. Heavy duty with a lightweight design. Floatability means you can put it in water straight up. Doesn't sink. Versatility. Perfect for outdoor activities, fishing, tubing, camping, tailgating, or say you're throwing a little party. Keep your drinks cold.
Partay.
You don't want people having to go to the fridge. Maybe you don't have enough room in the fridge. Throw your Rugged Road out there. Your drinks are going to stay cold. But, oh, Eric, the ice has to melt and they must not stay cold because my cooler doesn't keep my drinks cold for longer than a couple hours. Wrong. Rugged Road can have everything in your cooler staying cool for up to 7 days, but oftentimes much longer than that. Right now, get ready for your adventures with Rugged Road coolers. Head to ruggedroadoutdoors.com. Use code PHNX for 10% off your order. Lightweight, durable, always floating upright, perfect on land or in water. Leave that old heavy cooler behind. Get yourself a better one. Rugged Road, your ultimate outdoor companion.
Guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Want to update everybody. We are back to our normal time for the program tomorrow, 1:30 in the afternoon. No Cam Scattaboo on tomorrow's show. Obviously, questionable to doubtful for Saturday's game, so we will definitely keep an eye on that. Although, sounds like we should be back in action to get Scat the following Wednesday. Yes. So you'll definitely want to tune in for that. But again, 1:30 tomorrow, talking more Arizona State basketball, more Arizona State football, taking on UCF this weekend as well. I do want to get to Aftertaste. It is the most suspect segment in all of ALLCITY Network, where we just ask you what the game tasted like in a sus way. You ready, Eric?
Mm-hmm.
What was pressed into your face hole this evening?
Big old double shot of apple cider vinegar.
Oh, that's nasty, dude.
Tastes terrible. There should hopefully be some benefits from it, though. And hopefully that benefit is wake up!
Some health benefits for this one.
Wake up!
Eric's angry. What was pressed into your face hole, Captain Redbeard?
A flat soda.
Ugh.
It was, really good over the summer. Great, nice cold soda, fresh. With the portal cooking, Bobby's cooking from what it looks like. And now we're getting start of the season, and the soda is starting to taste a little flat.
I'm here for that. This, for me, tastes like you've been looking forward to a meal all day long, like a specific meal.
Mm-hmm.
Home cooked, gets made, you eat it. Tastes a little bit off, right? But it's still, it's your meal, right? You eat it, it's whatever. A half hour later, you've got just a brutal tummy ache. And you're going to have a tummy ache the rest of the night. That's what this feels like. It feels like a tummy ache after a meal that you were looking forward to. That's what Arizona State basketball gave you, is something that you were looking forward to. And at the end of the night, you're just like, I'm ready for the next time. I'm ready to move on from whatever this was, because this just didn't cut it at the end of the day. Like, it is what it is. WMB in the chat, you guys look better in that barbecue with Duke. I don't know about all that. We do have a super chat that I'm not sure we got to at the top of the show, so my apologies, Jacob. $4.99 super chat from Jacob. I think we got the ball in the wrong hands at the wrong time with the way Jihad was shooting. He got way too many shots off. Same with Quaintance. Quaintance' shot selection was interesting tonight. Most of the players' shot selection that weren't guards, the shot selection was a little off for me. Obviously, Sean Phillips didn't take any shots that weren't right underneath the basket. Quaintance hucked up some threes that were just kind of head-scratching. Jihad, I think, thinks he has a bigger bag than he does.
Yeah, he's he is somebody who I think you need your role simplified, need lots of pick and pops. I need him to not be the one with the ball in his hands. I think he's very confident with it, and he did at Ball State last year. Play a lot with the ball in his hands, pun intended. But in this team with this much talent, with guards like this, you need to simplify your role. I can't have you posting up and getting offensive fouls. I can't have you turning the ball over. I need you to spread the floor, hit some threes, and then pump fake that, drive to the rim, put some pressure on, swing the ball out. That should be his role. That should be his role.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. Stephen Joseph Comedy and Jack cough syrup. Disgusting. You hate it. But you think, this better help me in the long run. I'd say that's a good one. That's a good way to put it for aftertaste. You need it. You absolutely need it. You need this team to be better. Arizona State fans deserve it. College basketball fans in general deserve it. And I think you'll get there. It's just a matter of time. Okay, guys, look, come be a part of our team here over at PHNX. Do you know what I'm talking about, Erik?
Tell me. I'm so lost.
Sign up to become a diehard.
Oh, yeah.
That's really what going on. Guys, also, when you become a diehard, you're going to get a free t-shirt or hat every single year. And we have the perfect Arizona State shirt just dropped last week. Activate the Valley. I know there's a lot of people that think this might just be a Dilly shirt. This is not just a Dilly shirt. This is an Arizona State shirt. Okay. Head to the locker. Go get it. When you head to PHNX.com and you click the little diehard tab and you become a diehard and you go through all that membership stuff, you are going to unlock the diehard Discord. You're going to get your free t-shirt that you're going to get from the PHNX locker. You are going to get exclusive diehard only content, and the list goes on and on. But maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're not ready to take that step to become a PHNX diehard. How can you dip your toe into the PHNX world? Maybe a little newsletter?
Yeah. Your daily newsletter, PHNX Daily, not just a what?
Not just in, what's the word you use?
You know,
amalgamation.
It's not just an amalgamation of links hastily put together to feed you slop in the morning. No.
Hastily.
This is legitimate work from
Such
the
a
great
gross word.
Patrick Brown, who has really taken this thing off. A lot of people are reading this, and you should find out why. Go phnx.com/newsletter. Delivered in your email inbox every single morning. You're going to keep yourself up to date with everything going on in Arizona sports, getting yourself lots of details. And yes, there will be links and references to other content we put out there.
But not an amalgamation.
But with reasons, right? There's a difference. If you know, you know. One other thing, exaggerated history in the chat. Apparently a diehard. Appreciate you. Come say hi in the Discord. Also, thank you for the kind words earlier in the show. I saw that. Forgot to mention it. Appreciate it. Yeah. Also, make sure y'all subscribe to PHNX and make sure you tune in the rest of this week. More post-game shows.
A lot more post-game shows. You're going to
shows.
learn to fall in love with Arizona State basketball, Erik Ruby.
They better earn it.
Guess we
Because here's the thing.
see.
I am a different animal when it comes to basketball.
He is. He's yelling at TV.
Catch me on the Sun show if you want more hoops talk from me. But basketball moves me. And if this team plays like this every single night,
direction.
I'm going to be insufferable.
Give me your final thoughts on this showdown.
Ah!
Okay, I think that's fair. I think that's fair enough, to be honest with you guys. Do you know what time it is, Captain Redbeard?
Yeah, it's closing time.
It is closing time, especially after that performance. Lights are dimming. It is that time, guys. This segment is powered by Neutral. Keep it tasty, Tempe. Enjoy responsibly. Look, normally we give 3 takeaways. This one, super easy. On to the next. Your Arizona State Sun Devils are 1-0. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't perfect. But at the end of the day, you got the dub. You're 1-0. Not every college basketball team can say that. Guys, that is going to do it for tonight's episode of the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button on your way out. Leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. If you enjoyed the content, give the show a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow this guy, the meme maker, at Erik Ruby. That is Erik with a K. You can follow Captain Redbeard steering the ship at KCoop Sports on social. In the meantime, go Devils and peace.
We all silly like the mayor.